Hi everyone, I'm Michal Bignitz, the head of Wix Partners, and I'm super happy to be here for our second Open Studio event of 2024. Before we start, I want to give a quick shout out to everyone tuning in from our watch parties in London, Toronto, Paris, São Paulo, Boston, and so many more. This event is already becoming a tradition for us, but if you're joining for the first time, here's a quick recap of what it's all about. Open Studio is the place where we share what we've been working on, product updates, new announcements, exciting growth opportunities, and our plan for the future. In fact, over the last few months, we've added many new exciting features and implemented some of your top requests to make Studio an even better platform for you. But more on that later. Joining me today are Gali Erez, the head of Wix Studio Editor, Oren Inditsky, the head of Wix Online Store, and Alon Kochba, the head of Wix Performance. We have a lot of updates to share with you today, but like last time, we're going to start by showing off some of your creations. Seeing how you've been putting studio design features into practice is seriously inspiring. After that, we'll dive into some new ways to speed up your agency growth. I won't spoil anything for you, but it's going to be big. Next, Gali will show you some cool new design features that will streamline your creation process. Oren will share new capabilities that will help your clients boost revenue and run their businesses even more efficiently. Alon will walk you through the latest industry news inside performance, so you're up to speed, literally. And then you'll get a sneak peek into a few surprises that I think will be worth the wait. At the end, we'll take the time to answer some of the questions you submitted when you registered. Of course, we won't have enough time to go over all of them today, but don't worry, we're sharing a link after the event with answers to all of your questions. Like always, if you have any comments during the event, drop them into our Discord channel. You'll find the link on the Open Studio page and in the video description. Our team is there to take your questions as we go. Okay, let's get into it. First up, we have Gali Erez, the head of Wix Studio Editor.
Thanks, Biggie. It's so great to be back here, and I'm excited to share some amazing updates with everyone. But first, I want to spotlight the impact you're making. Since our last event, I've seen some incredible user creations that inspire others and show what's possible on Studio. Let's get a glimpse of the magic.
In my personal website, I have a thing with eyes and I have a thing with, black and white imagery. And I would love for my visitors to land on my site and really feel that avant-garde electric vibe that also marries the world of cinematography. And I do that with custom animations. And I really think it elevates the storytelling component for a client's brand.
For our website, I wanted something very clean, but to make it dynamic, to give it character in a way that allowed us to really stand out, but not something that a year or two from now we might outgrow. Design is supposed to subconsciously guide your clients to do something, take an action. And I think the website shows that well. You're able to get a good idea of our design capabilities as well as very quickly to the point what we offer, how we do it, and the type of outcome you could expect working with us.
We try to mix Italian culture, our background, into New York vibrancy and energy. Sophisticated, bold, very artistic, and we want to establish an experience.
Also, we come from a fashion and beauty, so we use a lot of image to showcase this kind of expertise and storytelling from our site.
The homepage of the site is designed to make a real strong feeling of calm. We have a beautiful video, beautiful typography that really communicates this elevated high-end feel to help the product sell. And then as you scroll through, it's got a lot of hero photography, slow transitions, a little bit of animation to keep things interesting. Using Wix Studio let us build out that product page, provide all the information, showcase the products in an interesting way, and showcase the reviews, which is a really strong point for this brand.
So So that was a quick look at our collection of exceptional user sites on the new inspiration page. We're always on the lookout for new sites to add, so be sure to submit your work through the page for the chance to be featured. And who knows, maybe you'll get to see your site on the big screen in the next Open Studio. Now, as Biggie mentioned, the platform would not be the same without your feedback. Incorporating it into Studio is one of the many ways we make the platform the best it can be. For example, a couple of weeks ago, we saw a request to remove the hashtag from our color box. We understood how big this was for your day-to-day productivity, so we jumped right on it. We've rolled out more feature updates that also started out as feature requests, like customizable breadcrumbs, CMS translations with multilingual, scalable typography styles on a site level, and many, many more. So keep your insights coming, whether they're big or small, by sending it as feature requests through our product roadmap page. We want to know what you're thinking and what you need from us.
Now, let's get to a topic I think everyone will be excited to hear about. And that's another way for you to make more money. In our last Open Studio, the update you were most excited about was the addition of brand new revenue share opportunities. With Wix Studio site plans, enterprise plans, branded apps, logos, and most recently, Hope link in bio, there are a lot of ways to earn. Helping you earn more is always top of mind for us. Some of you are already building custom apps and components with blocks and selling them on the app market. And so many of you are finding new leads and selling your services in the marketplace as we speak. Today, we are adding another way to boost your income. This is something that a lot of you have been waiting for, and I'm proud to say that soon, you'll be able to sell your own studio templates in the marketplace. I know, right? This is a great way to monetize what you're already creating or open a new revenue stream. And it's going to be available to all partners, not just the ones who are already in the marketplace. Plus, if you want to sell your templates outside of the marketplace, like some of you are already doing, we're going to have a seamless solution for that as well, where you can export both Studio and Wix Editor templates. Apart from making you more money, selling templates is an opportunity to showcase your expertise across the industry and collaborate with other experts in the community. And this is something I already see you doing. I recently saw an example of a developer who built a mock-up template with a custom real estate solution that he developed with Velo and Blocks and collaborated with a top design agency to win over a client. This is just one example, and there are so many possibilities. Templates will make this level of collaboration much more accessible and efficient. You'll all have a wider pool of resources to draw on, and you can even work together by creating free templates and sharing them with each other in the community. Well, submissions are officially open starting right now. That means you can submit your work for the chance to be one of the first partners to sell templates in the marketplace in the coming month. Of course, we'll have template guidelines to maintain a high standard of quality. We'll share all the details about the submission process with you after the event. And templates are just the starting point. Our big vision is for Studio to become the place where experts in web design, dev, UX, marketing, SEO can monetize their assets and collaborate with each other. The growth potential is huge. Okay, so we covered some new ways to earn more from your work, but let's move on and talk about your clients. Ever since we launched Studio, you've been asking us for more marketing collateral that you can use to pitch Studio to your clients. And what's better way than pitching Studio on Studio? Let me introduce you to Wix Studio Pitch. This is not your average pitch deck. It's a live site experience that gives your clients a taste of what's possible when you build their site on Studio. We've made sure that all the essential info is covered, from advanced design capabilities and native business solution to make or break topics like SEO and infrastructure. You can choose from 6 white label templates, tailor the design, and add your own content to make it the perfect pitch for your client. When you're done, just send them a link to the live site. And if you prefer, you can access all templates in a slideshow format too. This is a super cool resource, and we hope you love it as much as we do. So go check it out and start creating your first pitch.
And now I would love to share some highly anticipated updates that will elevate your creation process while making your workflow more efficient. First, we've got something amazing dropping in June, our Figma to Studio plugin. You'll be able to import entire Figma designs or copy and paste separate components and sections straight into Studio. Your static designs are the first layer in the process. Soon, you'll be able to seamlessly integrate the power of Studio to bring them to life and turn them into fully functional businesses. It's going to give you the freedom to work however you want. I know you're going to love this next update, scaling up for bigger screens. We started off by adding the ability to set min and max text sizes on a site level. And now we're working on giving you more scaling control with max width. It will help you limit the setting of the entire site or certain sections. So when you present your work to clients, the site design and functionality will stay exactly how you want it to be, no matter how big the display screen is. Now, let's get into elevating your design experience with the section grid. We've already added ways to seamlessly merge cells and intuitively swap cells with the drag and drop action. And 2 new features have just joined the pack. First up, we added flip layout. You can now rotate your grid layout horizontally and vertically in a snap. And it gives you the flexibility to try out different compositions without having to drag or readjust. And it will also help simplify relayouting on different breakpoints. And the second new feature we added is the ability to adjust grid proportions and the exact size of each cell directly from the inspector panel. This means you no longer need to switch to the advanced CSS grid just to adjust the cell size from 119 to 120, for example. Next is a relatively small change that will make a big difference to your day-to-day. We're going to be adding a search function in the Add panel. As you know, it's packed with hundreds of components, elements, tools, and pre-designed sections to use in your projects. So even though many of us are pretty savvy with the editor, I think we've all had moments where we've struggled to find the exact thing we're looking for, and this update is going to make finding components faster, and it's going to save you the trouble of putting your memory to the test each time. You may remember that in our last update, I mentioned the new Media AI editor. Well, we've got another powerful image editing tool in the pipeline. It's called AI Expand, and it will enable you to extend your image to any aspect ratio with AI-generated fill. So let's say your client wants you to add an image that doesn't fit into your layout. You'll be able to just extend the image until it works for your design, not the other way around. Let's keep things moving with Text Marquee. Coming soon, this new effect will let you create horizontal and vertical running text in just a few clicks with no code. We're always trying to find new ways to help you make your client's content stand out. And this will be an SEO-friendly way to do it. You can use it to boost a marketing strategy with an eye-catching sales banner or get really creative and turn your designs up a notch. Next up, we've added pre-made wireframes for heroes, cards, slideshows, collages, footers, and more. They're there to simplify your creation process and bring your design to life faster. We've also rolled out a fresh batch of templates like political campaign, an e-com wireframe, and more. Check them out to find the right fit for your client or just to get inspired. Now, for those of you who create branded apps for your clients, we've got something big coming: our AI branded app tool. All you need to do is answer a few prompts and the AI chatbot will help you generate a branded mobile app in seconds. You can choose to create the app from start to finish or only use it at a specific stage of the build. And you can customize everything to your liking. It's up to you. And we've also got another AI tool in the works, but this time it's all about blog content. It will help you create entire blog posts for your clients' sites, from the general topic to the final version. You'll have full control over the post tone of voice, target audience, and its structure, like a listicle, editorial piece, or a how-to article. And if you've got a case of writer's block, it will do the creative thinking for you and give you a variety of post ideas that will match your client sites. Okay, I want to touch on the product roadmap. We'll be adding a more intuitive search experience. So soon, you'll be able to search for specific products or features, filter by progress status, and more. This way, you'll get a better understanding of when features will be released so you can plan ahead accordingly. And we've already added these changes to our known issues page, which has made for a far smoother search experience. Before I wrap up, I want to share that the option to update your EditorX sites to Studio is now open to partners and Studio users. And it's great to see that so many of you have already updated your sites. We know that change can be scary, so hearing feedback about how smooth the process has been means so much. And just a heads up, EditorX will be saying its final goodbyes in the next few months, so be sure to move over to Studio if you haven't already. Okay, you're all caught up on the creation updates, so stay tuned, there's always more in the works.
So now that we've covered creation, I'm happy to welcome Oren, our head of online stores, who's going to walk you through what's new for your clients.
Hey everyone, it's really great to be here today and fill you in on all the business solution updates coming out of Studio. These new releases are part of our ongoing effort to give you a full stack of powerful solutions so that you can take on clients from any industry and deliver whatever business functionality they may need to succeed. We'll start with stores, bookings, and events, and then move on to some of the top industries you serve, such as restaurants and real estate. So get ready, we've got a lot coming your way. Okay, let's dive into Wix stores with some top requested features that recently went live. We've created Wix Reviews, a built-in capability for adding product reviews to your product pages. It has customizable design, it's optimized for SEO, and it's a very effective way to earn trust and convert visitors. Coming from the e-commerce industry, I know that writing professional product descriptions takes a lot of time, especially if your client has a large catalog. Our new AI text creator does all the legwork for you, so all you need to do is just edit the text it generates, and it saves a lot of time in the process. We're also taking storefront customization to the next level. With our product page customization tools, you can tailor the design of every single product page component and choose to show or hide it based on the specific look that you're looking for. We've also introduced more customization to the checkout page, so you can define mandatory and optional fields, and also add custom fields to meet your client's unique business needs. Speaking of checkout, adding quantity limitation was one of your top requests, and we're excited to say it's now live. It allows you to limit the sale of a specific item to a minimum or maximum number, giving e-commerce clients even more control. The last of our e-commerce announcements is a pretty big deal. We have a new strategic partnership with Global E, the global leader of cross-border e-commerce enablement. Your top clients will now be able to expand their business globally with capabilities such as multi-currency transactions, a localized welcome and checkout experience, country-specific pricing, seamless cross-border shipping, and so much more. Now, let's take a look at some of the major updates in the world of bookings. First, the mixed cart feature, which lets clients sell products and services in one checkout, is being rolled out for mobile. This booking update also enables your clients to charge using the Wix Owner app as a point of sale or through Tap to Pay. Controlling multiple bookings can be a lot to handle, so in the next few weeks, we'll be giving clients another way to do so seamlessly. With our new resource management system, they'll be able to easily manage different business resources, such as rooms and equipment for each booking. Another exciting feature in the pipeline is the ability for your clients to charge automatically for missed cancellations and no-shows. Soon, they will also be able to add fees, discounts, and tips for POS checkout. Moving on to events, later this month, we'll introduce Express Checkout, enabling both Apple Pay and Google Pay for ticket purchases. Next, I want to talk about loyalty. No matter what business you're in, loyalty programs are essential for keeping customers coming back for more. And now, you can set an expiration date on loyalty points to encourage customers to return before their points expire. You can also set up automated reminders to be sent via email whenever they want. Cool. Now let's dive into some industry-specific solutions, starting with restaurants. Your clients will soon be able to easily accept deposit payments for reservations. It's a great way to help them reduce cancellations and improve their cash flow. Another industry we know you get lots of requests from is real estate. With the new iHome Finder real estate app, you can give your clients new solutions to attract potential buyers and close deals. It also gives customers a new property search experience linked to America's top listing services and more. Finally, we finish with a brand new native business solution designed for your nonprofit and NGO clients. First up, we just launched Wix Donations, designed specifically for your nonprofits and NGO clients. It enables you to set up and manage multiple fundraising campaigns on your site and start collecting donations in minutes, all without the complexity and cost of a third-party platform. Then, one we know you've been waiting for, Wix Hotels by Hotel Runner is now available on Studio, offering an end-to-end way to manage hospitality businesses. Your clients can accept reservations, receive payments, manage rooms, offer customized packages, and connect with leading online channels like Booking.com, Expedia, and Airbnb, all in one place. So, I know that's a lot of new and upcoming releases to take in, but we'll share a summary with you right after the event.
Wow, it's a lot. And remember, if you have any questions about anything you hear today, you can drop them into our live Discord chat. Now, let's take a look at site performance. Google recently made some changes to the way site speed is measured, and we've got our head of performance here today to tell us all about it.
As you know, the quality of user experience on your client sites has a direct impact on everything from their brand reputation to their conversions and bottom line. That means every little improvement you make to their site performance can make a massive difference. In the past few years, we've taken steps to ensure your websites achieve optimum performance. For example, we host all our sites on a globally distributed CDN infrastructure. We compress resources, enhance media, reduce long-running JavaScript tasks, and so much more. One of the big stories in site performance right now is Google's introduction of a new metric to Core Web Vitals called Interaction to Next Paint, or INP for short. But before I give you the lowdown on INP and what it means for your client sites, let's do a quick recap of Core Web Vitals. In 2020, Google launched a set of metrics to standardize how to measure website performance and user experience. Those metrics are largest contentful paint, which measures how long it takes the web page to load, cumulative layout shift, which calculates how much content unexpectedly shifts around the page, and, until recently, first input delay, or how long it takes a page to start processing its very first user interaction. Last year, Google announced that due to some major gaps in first input delay, the metric would be replaced. According to Google, 90% of user time on a web page is spent after its initial load. Because first input delay only measured the very first interaction on a page and the time it took a browser to start processing it, this metric didn't really paint an accurate picture of the user experience. So they replaced it with INP. This new metric measures the time from each tap, click, or key press on the page until the next screen update, and captures a web page's user experience much more effectively. So, what does all this mean for you and your client sites? Well, we've spent the past year working closely with Google, optimizing our code and infrastructure to minimize long tasks and respond faster to interactions, all in preparation for INP's launch. To give you an idea of the fruits of our labor and how your clients will benefit, let me show you the results of Google's latest Core Web Vitals technology report, which measures site performance based on real user data. First, if you look at the INP score of mobile sites in the US, you can see we've improved by almost 30 percentage points since Google first announced its plans for the new metric. And with 92% of sites on Wix having good INP, we're well ahead of the industry average. Now, if we turn our attention to the percentage of sites passing all 3 Core Web Vitals across different platforms, we can see the impact INP's release has had on the industry. This is all to say that based on the data, your clients are in good hands with Wix, and we're continuously focused on optimizing our infrastructure so that we stay ahead of the curve for you and your clients. Of course, staying informed about any changes to Core Web Vitals goes a long way, but you should also keep a close eye on how your client sites perform. To help you do this, we provide an overview of the real visitor experience from all web browsers and offer recommendations on how to improve your Core Web Vitals score within your site speed dashboard. We've already added INP, so go check it out.
Thanks, Alon. It's great to see those results. We've already heard some really exciting updates today about growth, creation, client success, and site performance. But we still have some surprises for you, so stick with us. We're always looking for new ways to help you sharpen your skills and stay inspired. And we're not the only ones making it happen. Since we launched Studio, we've been blown away by all the incredible videos you've been creating and posting on social media. And we knew we had to give your content the spotlight it deserves. So with that in mind, we are creating a new content feed page. You'll soon be able to browse for tips and inspiration coming directly from Studio users and submit your own content for a chance to be featured. So keep up the good stuff and show off your expertise. And on that topic, back in January, we opened the doors to our first Wix Studio certification. And we're happy to see that many of you have already earned your web design badge and certificate. We've set the bar high, and we know it's a challenge process, but you've always got the option to redo the test if you don't get it the first time. Devs, we know you've been waiting, and I'm so happy to announce that our developer certification is going live very soon. We can't wait to see more of you going through the certification process and getting the recognition you deserve for your skills. And speaking of developers, we're so excited to see you at the Dev Studio Con this June in Bangalore, India. This year's theme is all about staying ahead of the game in the age of hyper-efficiency, and we've got an agenda packed with experts from Wix and beyond, as well as hands-on sessions covering web creation, app development, headless solution, and more. You'll get an opportunity to talk to our product team, ask questions, and maybe even meet your next collaborators. We still have a few spaces left, so if you'd like to join, we encourage you to apply now. It's going to be an amazing event. Now, this next update is something our whole team is buzzing about. One of the most rewarding parts of launching Studio was getting to meet some of you in person in different cities around the world. We loved hearing about the businesses you are building, the goals you are setting, but also about the challenges you face on a daily basis. There's no replacement for the face-to-face connection, which is why I'm so happy to say Wix Studio is going back on tour. The first round of events is already happening as we speak in Mexico City, and we have more onboarding sessions and advanced workshops on the way, starting with Atlanta and Chicago in May and New York City in June. We still have some spots open, so if you want to join us, make sure to sign up. Those are just the events that we are organizing, but there's a lot more happening. Our community leaders are doing amazing work, hosting regular meetups and events all around the world, where you can get together, share your experience, and learn from each other. No matter where you are in the world, there is probably a local studio community near you. And if there isn't, you can always take the initiative and start your own. And that's exactly what our last big reveal is about. We're so impressed by how active and engaged the studio community is, and how you collaborate and support each other's success. And we want to empower you to do even more of that. To make it happen, we're launching Kickstart, our brand new $1 million fund set up to maximize the impact of initiative created by you for the community. We want to invest in your biggest ideas by giving you the funding and advice you need to kick things off, plus the opportunity to reach an audience of hundreds of thousands of studio users worldwide. We want to champion you in making a difference to the community. We'll share the link and all the details of what we're looking for and how we'll support you later on. Well, that's a wrap on the updates we have for you today. So let's move on to the Q&A panel. Let's give a warm welcome to our panelists and dive into some of your questions. Will you add more ways to globally update site styles? This one is for you, Gali.
Well, we're always working on adding more ways to make global changes to your site. We want you to be able to experiment with site styles and find the right vibe for your client's business. We're working on something big so you can update styles across your site while easily keeping visual consistency. So stay tuned.
Okay, so we have another question for Oren. How can I change the order of my CMS items without having to do it in the editor?
Yeah, this has been a popular request among our users, and I'm happy to share that soon we'll be introducing end-to-end sorting. This is going to let you rearrange and order CMS items directly from the dashboard for a live site without the need to open the editor.
Here's another question. So other than templates, will we have the ability to sell other digital products? Okay, this one I will take. All I can say at the moment is that we are looking into ways to sell other assets, like sections, UI libraries, so stay tuned. So here's another one. Can I sell site templates built in the Wix editor as well? So when selling outside of the platform, obviously you'll be able to sell both Wix and Studio templates. In the marketplace, we decided to start with selling Studio templates only. The reason we decided to do it is because we believe the strongest benefit is the collaboration potential between partners and the opportunities it opens for you. On top of that, the level of knowledge that you need in order to use the templates and adapt them is different when they are created by partners and for partners. And personally, I'm excited to see the creativity and collaboration this will bring. So here's another one. How can I get my site featured on the inspiration page?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we're always on the lookout for amazing sites that showcase your skills and inspire the community. So if you want to have one of your creations featured, head to the inspiration page and submit your work. There are criteria that we're looking for. We're looking for websites that demonstrate excellence in design quality, creativity, unique user experience, or responsive behavior. We know you have plenty of work you're proud of, so start sharing with us and you might see it there soon.
We have a question for Oren. What do I need to do in order to use Express Checkout on existing event sites?
That depends. If your site already has Express Checkout enabled and connected to another business, let's say booking, then it's just going to work for event. If not, then you need the site owner to enable it.
Okay, so what's the best way clients can edit their sites without breaking the design?
That's a great question. We know this is a pretty common concern for designers, which is why there are two ways for your clients to access their site: full mode and content mode. Content mode gives your clients access to a version of Studio Editor where they can only update the content, like text and media. They can access all their site pages and navigate freely with a panel on the side where they can add what they need. When you transfer ownership of the site to your client, they'll automatically get access to content mode. But of course, they can also move to the full editor mode anytime. You can always use our roles and permissions to set the exact edit access you want your clients to have.
Okay, so another question that we have here, is there a place to keep track of product updates and new features? So yes, that's exactly what the News Center is all about. It's where you can find details on every new product updates and releases. You'll find it in your workspace. Since the studio launch, we've released more than 150 updates, so there's a lot to keep track of. You can catch up the highlights in our brand new studio newsletter, The Sync. The first issue landed in your inboxes a couple of weeks ago, and there's a lot more to come. And of course, if you want to submit new feature requests, you can always do that from our roadmap page. So the next question is, what's next in the roadmap for blocks? Gali, this one is for you.
Well, we've got a lot of cool things in the pipeline for those of you building apps with blocks. We're about to release data binding, which will allow you to create apps that are connected to app data without code. You'll also be able to extend our native business solutions by creating your own plugins. For example, if you want to show related or recommended products as part of a product page or a checkout. And in general, we're working on adding a variety of app templates to get you inspired and get you a head start using blocks. We'll keep you updated as we go.
Okay, so we have another one, and this time it's for you, Alon. Can you elaborate on what Wix has been doing to improve site performance?
In short, we're doing a lot. And it's an ongoing process because performance can always be further improved, and browser technologies and metrics are also evolving. First off, performance is one of our main focus points in all our products. We work with browser vendors like Google Chrome to ensure we're using new features as they become available, and we're taking the necessary steps to prepare for changes like the INP release we spoke about earlier. We're also members of the W3C, which develops standards and guidelines for the web, pushing forward in areas such as native CSS capabilities and web performance.
Okay, so the next one. I'm working with a really big client, and they need SSO and log monitoring. Is this supported on Studio? Yes. We know your biggest clients have super high standards and very specific requirements, which is why we've got enterprise solution made specifically for them, including advanced security features like SSO, authentication, and activity logs. Your enterprise clients also get a dedicated success manager and have a direct access to our product experts. So if they need something that isn't part of the platform, we can develop custom solution for them. This is all part of our wider enterprise solution. So here's another question. Will I be able to use Wix Multilingual for booking sites as well?
I can take this one. So we've had some really positive feedback about how multilingual has made client sites even more accessible to users. And so we definitely want to make it more accessible to you. So we're currently working on extending it to booking as well, so stay tuned for more information.
Okay, so we have another question here. How can I improve my studio skills and become more advanced? So we're always working on new educational materials to help you upskill and stay on your game. The best place to go is the Academy, where we've got a whole library of video tutorials and webinars for you to watch on demand. And like I mentioned earlier, we're also hosting onboarding sessions in cities around the world. And this time, we'll have an advanced workshop for those of you who are already familiar with the platform. If you can't make it in person, don't worry. We're working on an online version as well. Okay, everyone, that's all we have time for. Thanks for submitting so many great questions. Just a reminder, we'll share a link to a dedicated page where you can find answers to all the questions that were asked when you registered. And our Discord chat is still live where the conversation is still happening. Thank you for joining us today at Open Studio. We shared so many things with you, and there is more to come. Keep creating amazing things, and we'll see you at our next event.